Hey again, guys, it's time for Friday Night Funk. Another episode. This is what I do during the lockdown. Come up here, do a video with some cards, put some funk on, and have my wife make me a Jack and Coke waiting for me downstairs when I'm done. So, let's get into it. Let's look at some baseball cards. I want to start off and show you a few Japanese cards now. We're going to start off with these beautiful oversized cards. These are really nice. This is Ineo. He is one of the greatest pitchers in Japanese baseball history. He holds the all-time record for winning 20 straight games. And the next guy we have is Nagashima. Nagashima is known as the Brooks Robinson of the Japanese League for his great fielding defense, which makes this card so cool. Now, he's also the most beloved player in Japan. Sadaharu Oh was the greatest player, but Sadaharu Oh, if you don't know, was he was a Chinese-born player. So, because of that, he's actually the most beloved. And he batted cleanup right behind O. They played on the same team, and I have this awesome card that shows Sadaharu O with Nagashima warming up there on deck. Cool little piece of Japanese baseball history. What else do we have? I have two cards of this guy, Bob Mann. Got the old leaf. Just a great image. And I got this Bowman. Now, in the Big Ten, I guess he went to Michigan and he broke receiving yards records in the Big Ten, but he wasn't drafted. So he finally got signed by Detroit, and he played for them for 2 seasons. His second season, he led the league in receiving yards and yards per catch. But Detroit wanted him to renegotiate his contract and take a pay cut, and he refused to do that. And when he refused to do that, he essentially got blackballed. He eventually signed with the Packers and was inducted into the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame. Beautiful card. Here's a Hank Edwards rookie card. Here's a 40 play ball Eddie Robinson. I'm sorry, Eddie Miller. Eddie Miller. And here's a beautiful Eddie Miller from the 39 play ball. Man, that is such a cool image. It just looks like he's, it's almost 3D. It's just a beautiful 39. These black and white cards, not all the images are so great, but this has to be one of the better looking cards in the whole set. It's just a beautiful looking baseball card right there. Getting back to Eddie Robinson, I think he was the last living player on the last Cleveland team to win a World Series, if I'm not mistaken, right? Here's a 54 Bowman, Richie Ashburn. I've been showing you some of these. I think he was the last big player I needed other than Mickey Mantle. I have the Ted Williams. I have all the other big cards. Here's a great Jake Scott from 75. Part of those great Miami teams. And this guy, I guess this is a really hot prospect right now. I'm picking up some of his cards. Got a couple more O's. Or Otani, I mean. I got Sadaharu O on my mind. Got that one, and I have the limited edition one batting, the numbered one, so I picked this up to go with it. This is the other pose in this set. And I showed you a basketball card of this guy, Gene Moore. And I have another one here. And I was telling you, he led the ABA single season and all time for fouls and disqualifications. He led all time. His stats are funny. And this is a great 73 card, and I don't know how I went so long without knowing this card existed. But if you're a Campaneris fan, man, what a great card that is. Then in 85, Dave Winfield and Don Mattingly were racing for the batting title, and at the last game, Don Mattingly edged them out. And they did this card in their honor. They kind of put them both on the card. And they have a few different versions. So that's the white version. That's the yellow version. And then they also made a leaf version. And it's identical, except it has a different number. That's a cool card. One of those, one of the more, desirable cards from the 80s. And here is a blank back proof. This was, a test. 1985, they tested out mini versions. I don't believe they were ever issued. But I know I have a George Foster of these two. I may have others, but, I'm a Johnny Ray fan. His bat is behind me. In fact, the bat that I believe is used in some of his cards. And then I've been working on completing my Milk Dud set. And I picked up 3 more great ones. One is the Joe Torre. And what's really cool about these is it'll list who the MVP, if they were the MVP, if they were the batting leader. So he came in second in batting percentage. And this guy came in first. And then I finally snagged a Willie Mays full carton. Man, it's making me hungry for some chocolate now. Used to love me some Milk Duds. I still pick them up once in a while. So that's what I have for you tonight. I'm going to go have myself a drink. Hope everyone's safe and happy and staying as sane as you can right now. Thanks for watching.